Welcome to Stargate SG1 for the first time. Still not a Star Trek podcast. My name is Jeff Aiken, and I'm watching Stargate SG1 for the first time.
And I'm Brent Allen, and I'm watching Stargate SG1 for the 47th time. But for the first time, I am looking for what Stargate is trying to teach us. You know, those lessons that sci-fi does so well, where they hold up a mirror to society, they give us hope that things can be better in the future, or just tell us how to be better human beings to one another.
Maybe we'll get some of that as we watch the 18th episode. Brent, we're heading down the home stretch of season 3 right now.
Already. Oof.
We're watching Shades of Grey this week. You gave me the hint that this one is going to have a returning character in it. And so I really had no idea what this was going to be about. So my prediction literally is this will be the return of the Broca Divide people, like Tupelo and the Minoan people, and there'll be something Shades of Greyish that they do.
I don't remember the exact word that I used last time, but I definitely said that this would feature a return that you're not expecting.
Yes. Something like that.
Feature a return that you're not expecting. Well,
I'm certainly not expecting to see Tupelo, so that's
well,
my guess. That's my
now
guess.
You are. So, yeah, as you mentioned, this is the 18th episode of season 3, Shades of Grey. Original air date February 11th, year 2000. This episode,
in the year 2000.
Well, what we know is SG1 survived Y2K. We're all grateful for that, and here we go. This episode is written by Jonathan Glasner, directed by Martin Wood.
Oh, wow.
Couple notes on this, specifically with Jonathan Glasner. This is the final episode of SG1 that he will pen. Now, Jonathan Glasner is notable because he is
executive producer
and co-creator of the show.
Oh, okay.
With Brad Wright. So he's been around.
Yeah, he's kind of a big deal.
He's a guy. Yeah. Actually, turns out here at the end of the season, he is going to step back from his role as executive producer. Of course, he'll always be co-creator, but he will step back from his role as executive producer. He's going to go on and start working on another show called Invisible Man. Have you ever heard of that show? No, because it completely failed and didn't do anything. So as the guy said at the end of Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade, he chose poorly. Of course, Glasner, as most people do when they're at this level, he will continue on as a creative consultant or executive consultant for the entire run of SG1, which I think just basically means we can call you up when we need an idea, but for the most part, he's just sort of out of it. But this will be his final episode, one that he has written. This episode is also directed by Martin Wood. We'll keep an eye out. So if you remember about Martin Wood, I gave you something fun that he likes to do in his episodes, which is
he likes to show up, have a cameo.
Nope, that's well, he does like to show up and have a cameo. Peter DeLuise is like that too, but he does something different with his cameos. He has a big wrench.
That's right.
Huge honking wrench. Usually he's with Sergeant Seiler, who is the maintenance
stunt
guy there and the stunt coordinator for the show. I don't know where we're getting close to where that starts.
Okay.
So we'll keep an eye out. I'm not sure if it's this episode or maybe the next, but we're really, really close to Martin Wood to start to use these things where it's going to become a fun thing to check in and see if we can't find. So we'll keep an eye out for that. By the way, I don't think I've ever mentioned he actually has dubbed that as a character.
Big wrench guy?
The big wrench guy.
Really?
That character's name is, because it's a military installation, his name is Major Wood. Yeah.
Well done.
Yep.
Well done.
Yes. Well, with that, Jeff, it is time for us to go watch this episode. Hey, listen, if you guys are out there joining us for the very first time, first of all, welcome. You're amazing. We love you. You're awesome. We love everybody that comes and joins us here at Stargate SG1 for the first time here at the By Nerds Network. Are we a network, Jeff?
Sure. A network of 2.
Whatever. The umbrella of stuff that we got going on here. The way this works is Jeff and I are going to go watch this episode right now. We have not watched this episode prior and came in with a bunch of notes ready to go. Nope, we're going to do it right now. If you're hanging out with us on YouTube, hang out because you're going to catch the reaction. Jeff and I are going to watch it. You'll see the reaction to this episode. What is this? Shades of Grey. Hey, listen, if you want to get the full unedited version of that reaction, head over to patreon.com where you can find that. Plus all the other stuff that Jeff and I have going on. There's a lot happening over there, but you can do that at patreon.com/Bad
Nerds.
If you're listening on a podcasting app, you're about to join us on the other side of the episode. I'm going to share my first time reaction. Brent will go over the sci-fi messages that he found. So Brent, let's go ahead and turn some lights on these Shades of Grey.
There it is.
The crickets, I think, were the better choice.
Your Eminence, our government has asked us to return to Tolana to arrange formal diplomatic
I was
relations.
just going to say, are they back with the
Consider
Tolan?
it done. You are, after all, the people who saved us from the Goa'uld.
The Romulan College campus.
Well, in that spirit, we'd like to arrange for a trade.
What would you like to trade?
Technology.
I'm
Wearing a
sorry.
suit and everything.
You know that is the one thing we cannot give you. Tolan law strictly forbids it.
One of those ion cannons would be nice.
I see. And for what will you use such a cannon?
To
Killing
defend
Goa'uld.
ourselves against the Goa'uld.
Forgive me, Colonel, but our research shows that you are far more likely to use our technology against enemies on your own planet.
She's not wrong.
What
Yeah,
if I
at
gave
all.
you my word that would never happen?
Are you the commander of your entire nation?
No.
Touche.
Then in truth, you cannot guarantee it.
You know what? Forget it. We knew you wouldn't give us anything. Let's go.
We're trying a new tactic right now.
What are you doing?
Tilk's too good
Never
for a
should've
tie.
saved their technologically superior butts. This is that thing to disable our weapons with, isn't it?
As well as the Goa'uld technology.
Don't even think about it.
Sir, isn't this against regulations?
I suppose it is, Carter.
He just going to take it?
Let's go.
Look at Teal.
Crossing the line?
Shut up, Daniel.
Didn't the Tolan just a week ago start sending a ship to save him? Like, they went to help him out, and now he's like stealing stuff?
Well, you know.
And is that an overreaction? Like, I get it, right? He's upset, he's frustrated, but to go from like, well, this sucks to I'm stealing stuff.
I mean, he's been asking for this stuff, and ever since they first met Omok, and they're like, yeah, you guys are primitive. He's been very touchy about the idea that they're not willing to share.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, frankly, Earth is very willing to share its technology with other civilizations. So
Yeah.
they still haven't heard of the Prime Directive yet, or believe in it, or understand its purpose. And, you know, tell me one thing she was wrong about in anything she said.
Absolutely nothing. She hit it right on the head. And I kind of feel like Jack should know that. You know, he's like, yeah, you're right. Also, I think it sucks and I disagree. Oh, hey, General. So, funny story.
They just gave you the device as a reward for saving them from the Goa'uld?
Sort of.
From the Goa'uld?
Right?
Actually,
a lot of
General,
stank
the
on
Tolan
that.
refused to give us any technology.
Offered us a nice fruit basket, though.
How did you get the device?
Pulled it out of the wall.
Major Carter?
Nobody's talking.
Oh.
I took it, sir.
There you go, Jack.
Yes.
They're following the
You
code.
stole it?
I like to think of it as borrowed, sir.
Dr.
Tracks?
Jackson, Major Carter, and Teal'c, you will return this device immediately to the Tolan and hopefully smooth over what must be some very ruffled feathers.
Our core mission is to go through that gate and find technologies we can use to defend against Goa'uld incursion. Am I right?
You are bordering on insubordination. We do not steal from friendly.
With no due respect, General. That's just plain stupid.
Colonel.
And since the Pentagon won't approve our backup program, we have no choice.
Colonel, do
we have
not
no
go
choice
there.
but to take whatever steps we need to get what we need.
As long as I am in command of the SGC, we will hold ourselves to the highest ethical standard.
And when the Goa'uld wipe us out because we have nothing with which to defend ourselves, I'm sure we'll all feel great about ourselves and our high moral standards.
Colonel O'Neill, you are out of line. Now
Yeah.
stand down.
This is out of nowhere.
It's been bubbling up for a while.
I mean, apparently, but I don't remember seeing any sign of it
Colonel O'Neill,
to jump this
I
far.
am hereby relieving you of your command. You are to report to the infirmary and stay there until I send for you.
Go to your room.
No holding cells, sir?
That could very well be your next stop if you say another word, Colonel. Now get down to the infirmary and submit yourself for a complete examination.
Oh, it's the Tolan coming
Teal'c,
through. They're not
escort me.
happy. That's the right call by Hammond. There's a whole different version of this where he takes accountability right away and things go differently, but he tripled down on this.
So here's my question. Does Jack have a point? Ethical standards notwithstanding.
I was going to say,
The
like,
Goa'uld are a very real threat out there. They are an existential threat to our planet. And they have the ability to give us something with which to defend ourselves that we do not have yet. And we need to, like, they could come at any moment. I don't have 2 weeks to wait on them to come over here with their ships. I don't have, like, we need this technology now. And if they won't get it to us, then we need to do something to take it. We've got to do what we've got to do to defend ourselves. This is an existential moment for us.
although like the piece of that puzzle that changes things a little bit, like this doesn't, this isn't real protection, but they're in they have that treaty, right? The Asgard
Protected
treaty.
Worlds Treaty.
The Protected Worlds, yeah.
Yeah.
So like
Yeah.
they're not alone, and the Asgard can show up that fast and are watching. I think if they were on their own, and there had been multiple attempts that weren't just Apophis being Apophis, but like the Gold coming after him, wouldn't justify it, but it would strengthen his case a little bit. But I mean, all the threats that have happened to Earth and the SGC in this season pretty much have been through the Stargate, not big ships coming. That
I mean, not
happened-
really since the end of season 1, right?
Yeah, it happened one time.
Yeah,
So I think I think I can understand where he's coming from. I can't understand the level of his reaction, and I don't think he really has a point.
All right, fair enough.
And Teal'c, you are no longer under Colonel O'Neill's command. Is that understood?
Let me make sure we're clear on this.
We got people who that iris doesn't matter.
Yeah.
And the Tolan are one of them. So far, the Tolan and the Nox, they don't care about the iris.
Kind of go where they want to go. There you go.
You better walk into that gate room with that thing in your hand, ready to hit it out.
Uh-huh. Yeah, don't talk your way out of this.
Get out of my way, Teal'c. That's an order.
I do not understand your behavior, O'Neill.
Get
All
out
you
of
can
my
do
way.
is order fries at this point.
Fraser?
Maybe a pizza.
Yes, sir. General Hammond wants to see you in his office.
Is there anything I can do?
About?
So I have
Did you have something you wanted to say?
Yeah, two thoughts.
Okay.
Either Jack is under the influence of some alien force or whatever, like he's not himself.
Right.
And
Given that this is a sci-fi show, that's
exactly
certainly within the realm. Yeah, yeah.
Like it could be a brain thing. It could literally be a clone thing. Just in some way, he's not in control of what's going on. So that's a possibility. The other one is he's like working for somebody else. Like he's making a conscious choice to do stuff.
Where's the third option there, Jeff? He really feels this way.
I feel like I feel like this is such a 0 to 60 reaction from him.
I mean, we did see in the last episode, he was still very salty about the idea that they won't share their tech.
Mhm.
Despite all the what you and I, what you and I he over with the Prime Directive, like that's really what it is. And he just doesn't like the fact he's on the other side of it, you know?
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know. It feels like a big leap to me. Because like when he was giving them a hard time, he was still being sarcastic, kind of funny Jack about the whole thing. To jump from that to like getting in Hammond's face, Carter.
But see, here's the thing though, and this may be a little bit of a result of you still not having seen the movie. This is kind of how Jack was when we met him in the movie.
Oh, really?
I mean, he was very, I'm here to do what I got to do. You know, it wasn't until Richard Dean Anderson kind of came in and sort of reinterpreted the character. I mean, he's like, I've not been myself since I met you.
Yeah.
Like this whole time, he's been trying to be something else. And no, actually, this is very much who he is.
Okay.
I'm saying that is possibility 3, and what he's saying is actually true in how he actually feels. Or it could be alien control, or he could be working for someone else, which actually might still be how he really feels.
True.
You're a good guesser, Jeff. Let's figure out which one's right.
Yeah.
Or option 4 that we haven't even discussed.
That there's a reason Glassner wrote this whole thing. Yeah, I'm going to hit play on it.
Yep.
But I still think what I did was right.
I just met with 2 members of the Tolan High Council who disagree.
So the Tolan are dictating our policies now, eh?
The victims of a crime are demanding that the perpetrator be dealt with appropriately.
Because you didn't follow your existing
What you've
policies.
done here is clearly a court-martialable offense. I have to press charges.
Well, by all means, General, do what you have to do.
I do have one other option I can offer you, Jack.
What's that?
Early retirement.
Whoa!
Now, see, I tried that once before, and you pulled me out of it.
That's another big leap.
The offer is only on the table while you're in this room.
All this for one little indiscretion.
Yeah, I said the retirement thing was a leap. It's really not like the way he just described it. It is you are walking into a conviction.
Mm-hmm.
Retirement in lieu of discipline.
Have you ever seen Jack's house before? Like the inside of them just kind of hanging out there?
Maybe. It looks a little familiar.
Well, it looks like the inside of the Brady's house. Like from the Brady Bunch.
Yeah.
It's always what it reminds me of.
How you feeling about all this?
Yes to the beer, no to the feelings.
Mm-hmm.
Said so many men through
I don't
history.
really like beer.
Did you hear what he just said?
Yeah.
fine.
I'm sitting here going,
That's,
I've never pictured Daniel as a beer drinker.
No.
That's funny because I didn't figure you for the early retirement type anymore. So you're acting out because you're hurt because you didn't get a command.
Give me a break, Daniel. Their denial of the program was just another indication that they're not serious about attaining our goals.
You know, Jeff, I try not to bring this up as frequently as I can, but sometimes I have to, and sometimes it just lends to itself. Back when we were doing Babylon 5, season 3, probably around episode 18 or so. Actually, I think it was 11. There's a little episode called Late Delivery from Avalon.
Yeah.
I had a particular reaction to that episode.
You did.
The prevailing attitude at the time, and still in the comments, despite me trying to explain otherwise, was you had a thought of how the show would go. It didn't go that way. And so you acted like a little baby when it didn't go that way.
We hear that all the time. Still, yes.
Yes. And that's not what it was. That is, you know,
It was an objectively bad episode.
But it was also objectively offensive the way the episode went.
Agreed.
I do not have the nostalgia for Michael York that so many folks out there have.
For some reason.
I'm sorry. It was not a good performance to me. It just wasn't. I don't have, I don't have that for him. I thought it was awful. I thought it was offensive. I thought it was bad storytelling. And you guys can all disagree with me out there. That's perfectly okay. This is Brent's opinion. But what it was not was it didn't go the way I thought it should go. So now I'm acting out. I see that same thing with Jack here. He's saying, yeah, I was going to get this base. And Daniel's like, oh, well, you just didn't get the command that you thought you were going to get. And so that's why you're acting out. And he goes, give me a break. That's not it.
Yeah.
It just showed all this other stuff that I've been bottling up, and I'm done. I get what Jack's saying here on a personal, deep level.
Yeah. It's been like years now that you've been getting beat up over that thing.
And I've stopped trying to defend it. I'm not relitigating it. But here in a forum where actually I get a chance to speak it out and I don't have to argue with people. And listen, there are people who are going to hear this right now. They're going to roll their eyes. They're going to choose not to believe me, and that's okay. That's on them. That's not me. But that is where that goes.
Protecting ourselves.
But isn't our mission also about establishing and maintaining diplomatic relations with other
Good
cultures?
response.
What's the point if we don't gain anything to help our other interests?
Well, there's a lot we could learn from people like the Tolan that has nothing to do with technology and weapons.
Stuff
And
that
it's a
interests
short-term
people like
gain
you, Daniel,
versus
not
long-term
people like
gain.
But this whole friendship thing we've been working on the last few years is...
Apparently not much of a foundation there, huh?
Yeah, it's cold, dude.
They were pretty confrontational in the movie, weren't they?
Yeah.
Like, yeah. And they came to respect each other. And that's why the whole Kleenex thing worked in the Children of the Gods.
Mm-hmm. That's where Jack could say stuff like, he was a geek, sir. Like,
It's such a like 25 years ago thing of like, who just drops by people's houses?
somebody sending a text. That's about as much as you're going to get from me.
Colonel O'Neill.
Oh, Mayburn.
I think you're going to want to hear what I have to offer you.
Offer?
What if I told you I could offer you a way to achieve your goals? What if I told you I could arrange for you to lead a team through the gate, to acquire whatever you want, whenever you want, for the good of this country?
If I believed you could do that, I'd have to figure whatever you're doing is very illegal.
What you did yesterday was very illegal, Colonel.
Yeah, that's...
Get out. Not interested.
Interesting response.
Page me when you miss the action too much.
Colonel Makepeace will be joining SG1 immediately.
Right.
Well, no offense, but doesn't Major Carter deserve to take charge of SG1?
Major Carter has an exemplary record on the team, as recognized by a recent promotion to Major. But Major is a far cry from Colonel.
I understand, General.
I'm sorry, I don't. What difference does it make what title she has?
Sam's
The
like,
point is-
stop.
It's all right, Daniel.
I got to tell you, Daniel's eyebrows have been freaking me out this whole season.
Really?
Like this, I mean, they're just, like, they're huge.
I'm proud to join you folks. I hope you can learn to trust my command as much as you did Colonel O'Neill's.
I never really trusted Jack's command, but I'm open.
He trusted
That's
Jack.
good. Then I'll see you at our first briefing.
Tilk is not happy.
You could tell by the way he nodded his head and didn't raise his eyebrow.
Tilk, I could tell you the thought that just went through Tilk's head right there. Like, if this was the fool that talked to me back in that prison cell, I would not have said, you are the first I believe could do it. I would not have said that to you.
I'd still be
I
priming
would still
for
be first
Apophis.
prime of Apophis.
Mm-hmm.
I would not have jacked up my family.
Are you interested in my offer or not?
What does it pay? Am I reinstated? What's the chain of command? Like, there's some real logistical questions he should be asking.
Mm-hmm.
I'm interested.
Dude, don't you need to turn on like the
I
shower
wanna show
full
you,
blast or
understand,
something?
Same
What I'm about to show you is
sound.
not so much classified as it is secret. Dangerous would be another word I would use. You will have the choice to go along with it or disappear. This is your last chance to back out.
Is this the whole conspiracy
promise
thing
to cut back on the melodrama
from back in
I'll consider crossing the line.
was that episode? Turnabout? That Turnabout? What is it called?
So where are we
I don't know
going?
what you're talking about.
The one where
find
we
being
found out about the
30,000
whole like
feet up-
bad guy thing, and they jumped into the Stargate that was horizontal. They shot at people. Don't shoot at them. They're our own people. Yeah, I'm not remembering this well. But, like they basically had to go in and attack or try to not attack Air Force guys.
You have a good memory, Jeff.
I do. I can't remember the name of the episode.
It doesn't matter. You remember the important part.
Okay, yeah. It seems like this is going to be tied to that whole thing.
I want to retire off-world.
He's going to go back to Lady?
Jack, I don't know if I...
You remember that woman I told you about on Edora?
Yeah.
Clara was her name.
Yes?
Well, I promised her I'd come back someday. I'm asking you to help me keep that promise.
This makes me smile. This is cool.
Please.
And please do it fast because
If I
Mayborn's
agree
going to
do
kill
this,
me.
you know I can't give you a GDO. That means you can never return to Earth through the gate.
I understand that, sir.
You know what he can take is a radio, like a
Yeah,
walkie-talkie.
that work. Mm-hmm.
Because it could still transmit. So you could just be like, "Hey, it's me."
On second thought, they can say, "Sorry, wrong number."
All they can do is say no, but you literally could just be like, "The battery will last. It'll be fine." Well, once the battery's gone, hopefully you find out how to work electricity over there.
It's not the direction I thought this episode. Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, that's a great shot.
Yeah.
That's a great shot. Like, hey, production people for Stargate, if you're watching this, good work on that one. What just happened, Jeff?
I'm hurt.
Yeah.
Because I thought he was going to
Yeah.
Adora. He's going to do the thing. He's like, I'm going to run away from Mayborn. This whole thing, go hide on this planet and live with my love. Instead, he just went and stole stuff from them and is bringing it over to be like, hi, or he sold it from somebody. He used their gate to go somewhere.
No, he let them send him away.
So he's gone. I'm not even on
their
planet.
Stargate to go to this other planet. So he didn't even stop to say hi. Like he
No,
could
he
have
just
gone and
ran.
said hi.
Yeah, he ran right
He
to the
literally
dial.
turned around and just ran back. Yeah. He just got off world is all he did.
That makes me sad.
You know, the thing is, I don't think Hammond should have done this.
No.
Think about the security threat that Jack represents. You have a malcontent military officer who knows literally every single secret of your base.
Yeah.
It's not there's a huge security threat there.
That's a really good point. I mean, and on top of it, it would be a chance for him to put his money where his mouth is. Hey, we need to negotiate. We need to be diplomatic, blah, blah, blah. Hey, you can go back to Adora after we establish contact, come up with a couple parameters, and, agree to some things. Then you can go, as opposed to, yeah, let's just dial you in.
Yeah. Yeah. Hey, by the way, why haven't you gone to see her yet? It's been a few weeks, dude. And
In fact, there are a couple things though in the last couple, like a couple pieces of this that aren't lining up with recent episodes. Like one of them I'll talk about when we get there. But the last thing he said to Mayborn was, "Hey, it'd be nice to see you again." And then he shows up and he's like, "I don't have to take your stuff anymore." Like it's just complete dropping all of that.
Yeah.
I don't know. Just little things like that.
I will tell you this, Jeff, and you'll understand this reference when I tell you this. Okay. Him saying to Mayborn, "Hey, turns out on this one situation we worked okay together, and I'm not really that pissed at you," is not the same thing as Bester saying, "Gee, Captain, now your war is my war." Man, I bring him up. Just let me dig it in a little bit.
Right?
More, alienate everybody.
Yeah, why not?
And Colonel, just a reminder, this isn't the SGC, so if someone gets in your way, do what you have to do. Wow.
Thing looks Asgard.
It is. This is an Asgard protected planet.
Oh, that's probably a big mistake. Oh no.
Can you imagine the ways we could use this for Black Ops back on Earth?
Yep. But it's not back
Dang.
on Earth. You gonna be able to backwards engineer this thing?
What's their mission? To acquire technology to protect themselves from the Goa'uld.
Mm-hmm.
He gets this cool thing, and what's he say?
Yeah.
Can you imagine what we would do with this back on Earth?
Yeah. Immediately.
What was it the Tolan High Council lady said?
Something about using the device on Earth.
You're gonna use it. Yeah.
Don't have to. Items this small, we just send back to Earth.
How is Jack not doing the math? Like,
One of the SG teams.
Asgard have tagged him,
Tells us where the mole
basically,
team is about
and
to
he
go.
just
We
stole
get there
his
first,
stuff.
make the drop and come back here. Mole comes in later, retrieves the item, and packs it back in his gear.
We're literally just gonna hide it at the DHD. They'll never see me over here.
That's our SG1 buddies.
Quick. Carter, Dr. Jackson, run your tests. See if the intel was right about Naquita deposits here.
Let me check here under this rock for some Naquita. No. No.
You're breathing exactly like Jack is breathing right now.
That would have been wild.
Dude, they're not that far away from you. You don't need the thing. You can just see.
16 feet away.
Right.
It's Makepeace. Wouldn't his pirate team be looking for him or wondering where he is by this point? He's there for a long time.
He literally had to wait till they completed their mission, which was probably hours.
Yeah, it was a full episode, usually. Oh, no. Oh. You done
I like how
messed
their
with
eyes
them.
don't blink at the same time.
It's creepy. Very alien. It's good.
How'd it go, sir? Mayborn had the coordinates right, but his timing sucked. I just about ran into the SG team on my way back through the gate.
The Asgard are attacking? That's what's going on.
Sir, we do not open the gate without direct orders from Colonel Mayborn.
A little bit of a weak punch.
Yeah.
There's an Asgard ship descending over the base. What are they doing?
Taking back what's rightfully theirs, I guess. Listen up, all of you. You got two choices here. As soon as they stop taking stuff, they're gonna start taking people. Now you can go with the Asgard, or you can follow me. Your choice. I'll be holding the door open so you can't go anywhere else.
Holding the door open. Uh-oh. That guy's holding his arm and the gate's holding it open.
If this was all a plan, I'm going to be initially disappointed.
Good job, kids.
Makepeace is the one. Yeah, there you go.
What are you doing? That would be my job.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm pleased to announce that you are all under arrest for high crimes against the United States and its allies.
We don't need their stuff, Makepeace. We do need them.
Get them out of here.
So, just to clarify.
Now I
this
can't
whole
not see his
past week,
eyebrows.
Beginning with the appeal we made on Talana, in which I did a lot of hard work, by the way. I take it that was all a scam.
Within the last 2 weeks, the Asgard and the Tolan approached us independently of each other with evidence that we were stealing technology from them. And the Asgard insisted that Colonel O'Neill be the only one involved.
They like me.
They do like you. They do.
And now, with me, you're...
I like that they're pissed at Jack for this.
Uh-huh.
Kind of rightly so, but also like, I get it. Daniel.
I'm back.
And
Sam looks like she wants to
Good to have
punch
you
him.
back, sir.
Uh-huh.
Indeed.
Thank you.
There's an indeed.
Daniel?
Yeah, he was outright mean to Daniel.
Stuff I was talking about at my house. The place was bugged. I had to keep up the act.
No, I understand.
No,
The awkward
I feel
man
kind of-
bro hug.
I do appreciate that you were the one that came to see if I was okay. That means something.
I actually no, it doesn't. We
Short
we
straw.
drew straws.
Yeah.
I lost.
Oh, now you get that little end of the music that's happy.
Uh-huh.
Tilk. All right, Jeff. Well, you and I have just watched Shades of Grey. What a roller coaster. This was a particularly fun one for me, who knew exactly where this episode was going the entire time. This episode, by the way, as you might imagine, has a really high rewatch value. Once you know what's going on, you go back and see it through the entire thread of the entire show. You were guessing the entire time.
Mm-hmm.
You did. I don't know at what point you actually figured out what was happening, if it was kept all the way to the end or if you had it, but you had lots of guesses throughout the course of that. I want to encourage, if you're just listening to the audio version of this, head over to our YouTube page and check out the reaction to this, because that was a good one with Jeff. Jeff, take us through your first watch of Shades of Grey.
Well, I want to start by doing my best Hammond impression, which will not be good because I don't do impressions well, but I'd like to thank the Academy for this nomination and this so starting at the end, they walk through the Stargate, right? All the SGR, I'll call them, the Stargate Rogue. They walk through and they're getting arrested and they're in the SGC. And immediately I was just like, oh God, it was all a setup. This is dumb. I'm disappointed. And actually it's pretty brilliant. And this was a great way of solving a problem that they knew was there and couldn't really articulate. Like I went in that moment, like I had so many emotions that happened. But in my head the whole time I was just like, is this a thing Jack did on his own? Because there's no way Hammond was legit pissed. Like he was angry.
Yeah.
And he can't even pronounce Gould. So it's like Gould. I can't do the accent. I can't do it. But it's just like he was legit mad. So is this a thing he wanted to go and no, my God, Hammond's in on it. The Tolan were in on it. Like all these people were in on it. And it's like kind of awesome. Like really cool. I had, like you said, I had so many theories, but from go, I'm like, this isn't Jack. This doesn't make sense. This is a 0 to 60 moment where, yeah, he's frustrated. Everybody's frustrated that they're having to go the slow way and they're getting told no all the time. To go from that to yelling at General Hammond, yelling at the Tolan ambassador lady, like, wow, it didn't check out for me. And I had a hard time. What did I say? I said at one point there's like, it's one of two things or something, like either someone else has control of him, like mind control or clone control, or he's working for somebody else.
Well, so I gave you option 3 because you said it's either there's an alien or he's working for somebody else. And my option 3 was he really feels this way.
Mm-hmm.
Or option 4.
Yeah, which is what I kind of turned out, which is
all a setup. Actually, I'll give you
3.
what I wrote down here as actually option 4 was option 4 is Jonathan Glasner, before writing this episode, just watched the Star Trek Voyager episode Investigations, where Tom Paris left the ship in order to suss out the mole and pretended to be really pissy at everybody.
Good call.
Because it's the same plot.
It's like the 3rd or 4th episode in a row that's a direct lift from Voyager or TNG.
I ain't gonna lie, next week's is as well. It is as well.
The stuff works, you go with it.
Listen, here's the thing, and we're gonna catch a lot of flack because we always compare stuff to Star Trek. Look, it's not that everybody's doing stuff like Star Trek. This is how sci-fi is done. We've watched enough sci-fi. This is what happens in sci-fi as a genre. We can pick it out because it's just how it goes,
For us, it happens to be Star Trek that we line it up to, but this episode's in a bunch of other franchises as well.
Did we have, yes, we did, didn't we? We had the episode in Babylon 5 where a character was being insubordinate and pretending to be bad and not be in line with everybody in order to get the actual bad guy, and turns out they were good the whole time. Wasn't that a Garibaldi episode?
It sounds like a thing Garibaldi did.
And I'm not thinking of what it was off the top of my head, but that sounds like a Garibaldi episode.
Mm-hmm.
Or it sounds like something Sinclair would have put Garibaldi up to in season 1, or I don't remember where it was, but
it fits the character for sure.
Yeah.
And it's a thing that they would have done.
Right now, people are just chopping up the timeline right now.
Right.
Please do it. Please do it. Tell us which episode it is. I'm just not thinking of which one it is off the top of my head.
It's been a while. So give us a break. And other little clues, like you said, this is going to has great rewatch value because there's a handful of things that I wrote down as like, this doesn't make sense. One of them was Mayborn starts telling them kind of at a really high level what they're doing. Hey, I think it's ridiculous that we have to do this also. Jack says, well, whatever you're doing, it's got to be really illegal. Like he's concerned. Isn't the thing you just did also illegal? Like you're literally calling him out for the thing that you did. That doesn't line up. Well, of course it doesn't, because he wasn't really in it. I was heartbroken. I was so sad My heart that is 3 sizes too small apparently broke and shattered a little bit when he's like, I want to retire on Adora. I want to go see Lara. I've got and it's like I was like, what a great callback. And I literally thought, because Mayborn is all, you're either in or you're going to disappear once I share this. And he's like, well, I'm in. And so I'm like, oh, he's not in. He wants to go to Adora with his love, because he wants to be with her, also to run away from Mayborn, just to get away and do. How great is, oh no.
That would if for whatever reason Richard Dean Anderson was leaving the show.
That's the way to do it.
That is what JMS would call is the trapdoor.
Exactly.
That would be his trapdoor to be able to go out.
And still come back for guest spots if ever needed or wanted. You know,
sure. Because that relationship was so good and so pure.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we still just want it for Jack. And, you know, I'm recalling my first watch experience. I need to see him and her. I need to see her back in his life. I need to see this. You know what relationship it's like? Again, here I go going to Star Trek. It's Cisco and
Yates.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I mean, talk about just a pure, great relationship where she was not in every episode. She only popped up every once in a while, but she was so equal to him in every step of the way. She was her own person. She wasn't under his command.
Yeah.
And it was, I mean, I think when you talk about the great Star Trek relationships through that whole franchise, Cisco and Yates has to be one of the top.
Way up there. It doesn't get brought up enough.
It really doesn't. That's the way I really feel about Jack and Lara. And that's where
it's great they called it back though. You know, I mean, it's there's hope, right? It's like there's hope.
They're at least not pretending like that episode never happened.
Yeah. Yeah. Like, so, and I'll tell you what, that is my fear in this episode, because what Jack had to do to make this right, he had to big time Sam. Like, he wasn't mean to her, but he was way out of character and harsh. You know, he did hurt her.
Yeah.
He was straight up mean to Daniel.
Yeah.
I mean, he all but told Daniel, I don't like you, I never liked you, and I don't care. Like, oof, that is hard.
But what do you make with that whole last scene where the music started getting all, you know, whimsical again? And
yeah, that's where I'm like, it's the end of Star Trek again, where you got Spock, McCoy,
that's the original
and Kirk.
series end of Star Trek. Yeah.
Every episode, it gets all heavy, and then a little light music and a joke to go off. I don't want that for this. I want there to be a rift, at least between Daniel and Jack. Daniel has to be hurt by this. And it doesn't need to be an ongoing, like, will they, won't they, blah, blah, blah thing. But, like, they need to work through this somehow.
Mm-hmm.
As we're making all of our callbacks, let's not stop. This can't be Sheridan and Garibaldi, where just all of a sudden they're fine. Like, there's a lot of repair work to be done. I think, I love, though, that, like, now, because we got, and I was trying to recall it during the episode, I still can't, but there was the episode where this group got introduced, right? And so they had the other Stargate that was down in the ice caves from Solitudes where we found it. So I can remember that episode, but I can't remember this other one. But they had that Stargate. They moved to the air base in Utah. There was the shootout. They belly flopped into the Stargate and all that. And like, oh gosh, there's this whole other group. They're back, right? And Mayborn running the crew. They're out literally doing stuff. Falling apart though now. The Asgard kind of took all their stuff again. They're on the list of like people to not mess with, I feel like the Asgard are at the top.
They're kind of up there. Yeah.
Like, not a good choice whatsoever. And it's interesting too, we talked a little bit during the episode, but Mayborn's crew follow a military structure. They have rank. They, have sort of uniforms or whatever, but they generally like dressed like pirates.
Mm-hmm.
The one, Starbuck who was in there could have been Sam Carter. Like, Carter beat her out for the job. So it's like there's definitely this military component. Also, are they military? Like, he never reinstated Jack, but they were still calling him Colonel. And I don't know, probably doesn't matter in any way. It's just I was very curious about, like, how's this thing even set up?
Do you want me to tell you what it is?
Do we find out later? Kinda.
You might have already found out. I don't know if they've said the word yet. Like, there's a name for this organization.
Okay, yeah, no.
I don't know if this is a real life organization that we have in the real world, or if this is completely made up for the show. This is just my lack of military knowledge. but the organization that Mayborn is in command of, or that he works for, is something called the NID.
Yeah.
Right. And basically they are an oversight committee. I think they're supposed to be a civilian oversight committee over all these top secret programs. They're not supposed to interfere with how the programs work, but they're an oversight. Mayborn kind of leads like a rogue element of the NID, which is how they they know everything that's happening, and they're kind of trying to take over a little bit more. But that's technically they're under the NID. And
So
in Stargate, Mayborn works at the NID.
Okay. And we've had a couple of the NID's had a couple of people show up who are like Mayborn's just the one that has stuck around.
Yeah.
The longest. So essentially they're people that work for the NID, but like this is their extracurricular, or Mayborn says they're assigned to this. They work in the yeoman shack doing whatever. Actually, they're on PX-358 going and stealing stuff.
Yeah, I mean this is like what's up on the 36th floor at the NID.
Yeah.
Nobody asks.
There it is. Section 36.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. If it gives you any hope though about the whole, again, to go back to the Lyra thing, how many episodes was it between Solitudes when we first found out about the second gate and when you saw this team using that and jumping through it?
That's a big jump.
How many episodes has it been since we last saw them jump through the episode, and now they turn up again here in this episode?
One. Yeah, we got Lyra last week.
No. When we last saw these guys jumping into the Stargate, belly flopping into the Stargate.
Yeah.
How many episodes from then to this one where those people turn back up in the show?
That's a lot.
So, if we don't get Lyra next week or in 2 more weeks or even for the rest of the season, there is always hope that it could come back around.
Yeah, there's stuff that's waited a season.
Because that's Stargate. This is
Exactly.
Stargate. This is what I love about Stargate.
It's all still on the board.
When did you expect to see the Tolans again? How long between we'd seen them?
Yeah, they just come right back.
When was the last time we actually saw the Asgard? Like they don't just forget what happened, which
They put all the pieces down. They stay on the board. They may never move again, but they stay there the whole time.
Yeah.
Which is cool.
It's really the perfect hybrid between serialized shows and episodic shows.
It really is.
Clearly, Stargate is an episodic series, but what happens from week to week matters and affects, or at least potentially affects, future episodes.
Yeah, it's there. It's a possibility. Like I said, it's on the board. And speaking of boards,
Mhm.
we need to update our tracking board.
Yes, let's do that.
We got an Indeed.
Yes, we can definitely add that to the list.
That's a really good one. I think it might actually be the one that I use in our Patreon ad for the audio.
You think so?
I think it might be the same Indeed.
They all kind of sound the same.
Because he is good. He's kind of a pro.
Okay, this is absolutely impossible, Jeff. We have missed something. According to our tracking sheet, this is only the 3rd time Teal'c has said Indeed. That is impossible.
Let's go back and watch all the other episodes again just to see. I'm down. Most of them.
Do it.
Yeah. That between everything else, we'll just.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do know that, and I'm very well aware that Teal'c's Indeeds, they do start ramping up. It hasn't quite become the catchphrase yet, but he's had to have said it more than.
I'm pretty sure.
I feel like we've talked about him saying it more. Maybe we just didn't put it in the. See, now I feel like I got to go back and count all these things again. Because we're only at 19 for crying out louds.
Yeah, which is a lot. Also, it's not.
Right. We have 6 Daniel deaths, though. That seems like a lot. We have 3 Sam boyfriends. So
that's a lot. Because this is like episode 60. This is episode 60 of the series.
Wow.
Yeah.
Already on 60. Wow.
Yeah. So it's like 1 every 10 episodes for the Daniel deaths. That's pretty wild.
Yeah. He dies at least twice a season, Jeff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of dying, I am dying to find out what sci-fi messages you pulled out of this one.
Oof.
What do you got?
Oh, Jeff.
Jeff.
Okay, first of all, anytime we can take an episode and go, this was that episode of Star Trek, which is a series which is known for intentionally doing its whole messages thing, good chance we're going to pull a message out of it. I asked you a question earlier in the show. Does Jack have a point? If we need the tech to protect us from an existential threat, and those guys over there have that, and they're holding out on us for something that not just could, but would provide us with real protection, do we not have the God-given right of self-preservation to do what it takes to protect ourselves?
You're keeping one big qualifier out, though, that you asked. Ethics notwithstanding. Because if you take ethics out of the situation, yeah, every person for themselves. Like, just get what you want. It's anarchy. Strongest survives, take it all. But is that how humanity lives? Also, I disagree it's an existential threat because we do have the protection of the Protected Worlds Treaty with the Asgard, which isn't a guarantee, but it's definitely something.
Okay. So that then becomes probably the question of debate, right? Now I will tell you, in this idea, my mind goes to things in real world history like, oh, manifest destiny.
Ooh, yeah.
Hey, that's going to be ours over there. We actually are the dominant creature, so you people get out of this land that we're just going to decide we're taking now. Sorry, pack up your shit and go. We're taking it now. Like, not cool, guys.
No.
not a proud moment in my own country's history.
It has not
And
turned out well for a lot of people.
yeah. You know, and I'm not here to litigate it. I'm not here to provide answers or anything like that. I'm just calling it out for what it is. And it was rather a disgusting moment when we're like, yeah, we need it. And we're just going to take it. And we don't care what you say. Like, this is bad. This is something that has happened in history.
A lot.
I don't know world history of individual regions enough to know when this has happened throughout history in other countries, although I'm sure it has happened repletely through other countries. And I'm talking more than just, hey, we're going to go to war and we're going to take your land. I'm talking just a full on.
Yeah. Well, a perfect example. I'm out here in Oregon. A bunch of the settlements that happened here and what led to the Oregon Trail was the government was like, hey, for free, you can have this huge chunk of land. You just have to come out and clear all the indigenous people out of it.
Yeah.
And however you do that's up to you, but they need to be cleared out and then you can keep the land.
Yeah.
That was a thing that happened a lot.
Yeah. And that's but we're just going to like, even despite our agreements that you can stay there and we'll stay here, we're going to break that just because we now want the land. What do we call it? The phrase eminent domain, where they could just come by and like take your house because we got to build a road here now. Sorry. But I also think of episodes even within Stargate, like Spirits. Remember they found the trinium, that new metal.
Yep.
Like, well, how are we gonna? Well, they're not gonna give it to us. Okay, well, listen, they're migrating people. We'll wait till they go over there during the winter, and we'll just come in and take it while they're gone.
Yeah.
Like, you don't have the right to do that. It's not yours. These are the kinds of things where those times when we violate our principles and our morals that we say that we hold to, these ethics, even for something, Jeff, as basic as self-preservation. This is where we lose ourselves. Honestly, and I'd say at that point, you don't have the right to preserve yourself.
Wow.
If you're going to lose that.
Yeah.
That's a pretty harsh statement. But this is, God, Jeff, we are way over on our Star Trek quota for this episode.
And our Babylon 5
I'm gonna
quota.
keep this going.
Yeah.
I'm gonna keep this going. This is the Corbinite maneuver.
Oh,
When Captain Kirk says we now have and in that specific thing, just to catch people up, their ship has been rocked by another ship, right? Like, absolutely talking about an existential threat. They have rocked the Enterprise. Something happens where the other ship is disabled and bad stuff's about to happen over there. The Enterprise has a chance. Their mission is to seek out and find new alien life, right? Well, it's right over there. And Captain Kirk says to the bridge, this is a chance to demonstrate what our high sounding words mean.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. In this story, now this doesn't necessarily always work out in life. In this story, it's actually by sticking to those high sounding words, following those morals and those ethics that we ultimately acquire those things. Because what does Jack say? We don't need their stuff. We need them. By sticking to this, we show them that they can trust us and then we can depend on them and we're going to be fine. This is how we are going to protect ourselves, is by not losing ourselves. Because if you lose yourself, then maybe you're really not worth protecting.
Right. We saw that with Jack in 100 Days when, hey, he's lost. We don't know what's going on. The Tolan were like, we'll help. We got you. It's going to take us some time, but we got you.
Because we literally have to fly across space and don't have, slipstream drive technology yet. Anyway, here's the thing, Jeff. I can hear detractors out there. I can hear the keyboard clackers out there who are going to say the same thing that Jack said. And you're perfectly within your right to have this opinion. I'd rather be a thief and alive than dead with a clear conscience. Honestly, though, I'm not that way.
Agreed.
And I disagree with you. If we go out, but we've stuck to who we are, then we go out. It happens.
Yeah.
Right.
Head held high.
Do what?
Head held high.
We did everything we could, and we stayed true to who we are. If that's what happens, then that's what happens. But I don't think it will. I think the lady from the Tolan was right. And I think she proved this. The truth is, if you go through and you acquire that technology, even for self-preservation, Jeff, we, humanity, will eventually use it for more than just self-preservation. We're going to use it for domination.
We saw that immediately.
Instantly in the episode, in full force. Hey, can you imagine all the cool stuff we could do with this Black Ops back on Earth? Heck yeah, we can. Oh, we're just, as she said it, what are you going to use this for? I don't know. Well, just in case the Gould come. And how long before you turn that on that country over there and that country over there? I think there's another side to this though, Jeff.
Yeah.
And it's Jack's side. And something you may not realize through the course of this, but I need you to go back a couple weeks ago when we watched Pretense. I need you to go back when Jack first met the Tolans. Jack is legitimately miffed at the fact that the Tolans won't share tech.
He is. Mm-hmm.
It's okay. It's okay to be frustrated. It's not okay to lose who you are, And I just, like I say, give permission to be frustrated at something like that. But I could be frustrated that I can't move into that land over there that is actually flowing with milk and honey that I need to go expand some stuff. But that's not for me. If I need to move in that land, then we go talk to those people. We negotiate. We do what we need to do on that level. We don't just go say, okay, get off now. We're coming in anyway. We can be better. So Jeff, we take this, all of those words, all of those high sounding words, let's throw it up against our litmus test. Does this hold up a mirror to society?
Yeah.
Heck yeah. Because this shows us exactly how we are.
Called Right on the Carpet by Tolan Lady.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. Does this give us hope that we can be better in the future? Yeah, I think so.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, if you stick to these high sounding words, if you go with this, there are friends out there that are going to help us and will be with us. You have regained our trust, she says.
Yeah.
The Asgard and the Tolan both came to us. The Nox were about ready. They even called it the Nox were about ready to sever relations with us as well. No, we're keeping them as friends. It is hope that things can be better in the future. And finally, does it just teach us how to be better human beings to one another? Yeah, I think so.
I think it does. Don't take this stuff.
Yeah.
Like that alone.
Yeah. And is this intentional? Is there an intentional aspect of this? Yeah.
Yeah. The point of the episode.
Yeah. I mean, Jeff, I would be hard pressed to give this anything less than 7 full chevrons.
Yeah.
All locked in.
As the episode was going, I was just like, it's all a question is how to package what's going on, because this is clearly the point. And even as I thought Jack was legitimately not doing cool stuff, that message was still there. It wasn't like he had to wait till the end for it. We were talking about it during the opening credits.
Yep. And it played it out all the way for us. You know what I love about this though, Jeff, is this wasn't what we've gotten so often with with Stargate, where they present a topic and then they just never discuss it. They don't really come back up to it. They don't give you, no. They presented this topic in the cold open. They stayed with it through the entire show. They showed you both sides of it. They talked about it. They discussed it. They looked all the way around. Full Chev and Severons, everything locked in. Jeff, that is my rating. You, my friend, however, get to rank this episode in our 100% completely accurate and definitive ranking of season 3 of Stargate SG1. Top 5 episodes. I'm going to go from there. I've got a feeling this is going to go high, maybe top 5. I don't know. We've got a pretty solid top 10, I think.
We do.
But Jeff, the top 5 as it sits right now: Joel and Ours Memories and the Devil You Know, 1 episode put in, sharing the number 1 spot. Forever in a Day coming in at number 2. That's the one with Charest. Fair Game is coming in at number 3. Pretense, episode we just saw a couple weeks ago, coming in at number 4. And Foothold, number 5. Jeff, where are you placing Shades of Grey?
I'm having a really tough time deciding if this cracks the top 5 or not. I really want it to, but I'm looking at that top 5 and struggling a lot.
I'm not going to tell you which way I would do it, but I'm telling you it's not a question for me.
Okay. For me, I've answered the question by going back and looking at some of my notes. And so by 1, I'm already questioning it. Here's the thing that's going to make this an unfair ranking. I don't think this episode can be truly appreciated until you watch it the second time.
Okay.
Because I think I can appreciate the journey it took me on and all the questions it posed and everything. But I think I was going to say the brilliance, but I'll withhold that and say, the approach to it, I think, isn't really appreciated until the second time you watch it and you know kind of what's happening. So I'm going to put an asterisk. I'm literally going to put an asterisk on the rating. And I'll revisit this when we record. I will watch this again and I'll revisit this one. So today, right now, This is going to drop by 1 outside of the top 5 as the new number 6.
Hey, Jeff, mute me for just a second.
Okay.
Yeah, Jeff's an idiot, and this should absolutely be in the top. This should be like a top 3 episode just because of the enormity of what this episode is actually saying. It's so good. It's so good. I may not want to watch this episode every single time I go through the whole show, but what this episode means. Oh my God. Okay. Just
you had thoughts. You're like
predictions for where things might go with this in the future.
Okay. That's fair. That's fair.
And thoughts. Yes, I definitely have thoughts. Well, Jeff, that is going to do it for us here on Shades of Grey on this episode. Put a button on this one. Moving on to our next episode. Jeff, I gave you a clue. I'm enjoying giving you cryptic clues to these episodes these days. The next episode is titled New Ground. I told you this episode is also pretty much a Star Trek lift as well. People out there may or may not agree with me. I'm not really sure. We'll find out. But Jeff, you get a chance to make a guess for what you think this is going to be about. New Ground. What do you say?
Without the Star Trek thing, without that, I would think New Ground is a continuation of a piece that was dropped in this episode of starting a new SGC off-world. They're going to go break new ground and try and establish a thing, but that's not a Star Trek episode. What is, and I can't remember what it was called, but it's the one where they took Worf's brother and they put him in the holodeck and they made it seem like they were walking to somewhere, right, to take them to their new ground. So there's going to be some race they run into is facing an extinction level event, but they're not going to leave. And so they find some kind of a deceptive way of moving the people to their new ground.
You are a good guesser, Jeff.
That I am.
Well, folks, that is going to do it for us here today on Stargate SG1 for the first time. Hey, thank you guys so much for joining us out there. Please don't forget, wherever you're watching this or listening to this, please subscribe. Hit the like button, leave us a rating and review, and please, most importantly, share this show with somebody that you know that loves Stargate or, like my friend Jeff over there, needs to get into the gate for the first time. Well, with that, on behalf of my friend Jeff, my name's Brent, and we're going to get out of here.
Hey, Brent.
We'll see you guys next time. Yeah, Jeff, what's up?
I know you have thoughts on my ranking, but do you know how you can tell exactly how I felt about this episode?
How? He's cocking his head and raising his eyebrow. Oh my God, for crying out loud.
That might have been my favorite part of the episode. And Tilk, I could tell by the way he cocked his head and raised his eyebrow, he didn't like what I was doing either.
You know, it's an interesting thing. Here in Club 65, sometimes we peel back the curtain of this thing that you and I do in the YouTube podcasting reacting video world.
Whatever world this is, right?
Literally, you have in there like, how do you do this? And it's just cocks head and raises eyebrow, which is cool and is a great visual. Means nothing to the folks listening on the audio version. To which then I have to now describe it and go, oh crap! Now I got to. Oh, great, he's.
Yeah.
So me saying that literally was just for those folks out there, and
doing it's okay. One of my favorite things, having done, God, so many podcast episodes, but being a guest on podcast episodes. One of the pieces of feedback I got so frequently, because I kind of know what I'm doing, a little bit, but I'd be a guest on things and I would describe what I was talking about or what I was holding or what I was doing. And they get done like, oh my gosh, you know how often people just say, yes, this, or they nod their head. And it's like, yeah, this is an audio. People can't hear you nod your head. It's a skill that you develop, right? To be able to break those things down and say them. And you did it seamlessly.
Thank you, my friend. Thank you, my friend. And now I was just nodding my head a second ago, but that's because this part is a video only portion of the show.
Yeah. I sometimes
Yeah.
to be fair, I take pieces of Club 65 and I'll put it after the outro if it's something.
Oh, you do?
Sometimes.
I don't think I knew that. Okay.
Not often. The Ergo I took when you're I think it was after the between the handoff and starting the episode, you were like, yeah, if you don't rank this number 1, I'm out of here. I took that and put it after the outros. I'm like, that's great. That's good.
Nice.
It's fun stuff.
Yeah, it's going to be a while before I listen to the audio on that. So that'll be fun. I'll probably forget you told me about this until I listen, and it'll be like, oh, look what he did. That's funny. Jeff, I hate to cut Club 65 short tonight, but it is rather late.
We've had a couple long runs here. YouTube doesn't know this, but we are at an hour 51 right now. So,
and we were together at least an hour prior to hitting
longer
record
than that.
for various reasons, but still, it's been a long time in the chair, and I got to get up and teach in the morning.
I got to go to work, right? Like,
oh, yeah, you got like a real job now.
I do. Yeah, yeah. Promotion. It's no joke.
Yep. So, all right, man. Club 65, thank you guys so much. Remember, no talking about this thing except for inside of Club 65. And you can drop a 65 for us down in the comments. Let us know that you were here. We'll talk to you guys later.
See ya.